Welcome, welcome. It is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures, and I am so glad that you are joining me today, Christmas Eve day. So I'm Jennifer, and I'm from Christmas Eve past, and I hope you will enjoy your time with Jennifer and chat of Christmas Eve present. If you don't know what that is, it's from a guy by the name of Charles Dickens, and he wrote The Christmas Carol. The Christmas Carol is about a character, Ebenezer Scrooge, and he just nickels and dimes, and well, he's just a Scrooge. And he goes home Christmas Eve night. He ends up having a dream about Christmas Eve past, present, and future. And so right now I'm here to join you and in chat, Jennifer from Christmas Present, as you are watching this, will be with you as well. So thank you so much for joining us. I wanted to start out our time together with a little fun, a little game. Right now, I can imagine Jennifer Christmas Eve present having her iPad set up in the kitchen. Very small kitchen, so she's probably butt to butt with her husband and hip to hip with her daughter, preparing their Christmas Eve extravaganza. What usually happens if Christmas is in their own house and it's here in Michigan instead of traveling to see family, is that each one of them gets to pick an appetizer or hors d'oeuvre, and then they make it, and on Christmas Eve they enjoy the unlimited calories that they are digesting, and watch Christmas movies and read Christmas stories, and usually they're going to be opening a gift. And we'll get into that a little bit later with Christmas traditions. So I imagine right now she's sweating profusely, trying to type, making food, and just enjoying the wonderful smell of the Christmas holiday. And so yeah, I wanted to jump in and give her a minute, a little bit of a break, and let's do a game. I borrowed this from Creative Mayhem. I believe she did it last year, and it is the emoji game. So we're gonna have two emoji games today. One of them we'll do right now, and the other one we'll do a little bit later, just to kind of wake you up in case I put you to sleep. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to put a emoji picture over here, and you guys are going to guess in chat what you think the Christmas movie is for this particular emoji lineup. Now, I'll be looking down a little bit to make sure, because this is where Christmas past and present collide, and I want to make sure that I do this in order through editing, and so forgive me if I look down for a minute or two. A little cheat sheet right here to make sure I'm in order. So here is the first emoji movie. And in chat, I want you guys to start guessing the title of what you think this movie is. Now, some of these emojis are direct words. Some of them, it's the concept. So start guessing. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You know what that music from? Here in the US, we have a thing called Jeopardy. It's been around for decades, and that is the music that they use when we're trying to think. All right. So, what is the answer? Drum roll, please. The answer is... ta-da! Did you get it right? Did you? I hope so. All right, so now we're going to go to number 2. Ooh. With the magic of television, here is the movie emoji title. What is it in English? Can you use the English words? Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. While you're guessing, you like my little antlers? I bought them last year for us as a family. And I made my homemade cinnamon rolls and allowed my daughter to use them as a gift to her friends along with some fudge. And we went out last Monday and delivered them, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to sing. I start singing and nobody sings with me, so instead of Christmas caroling, it was Christmas solo. All right, are you guys ready for, did you get it right? Did you get it right? Doo-doo, here's the answer. Yeah? What you think? Okay, here is movie title number 3. The magic of television, aka YouTube, editing Jen. I have so many Jens tonight. It's like I have multiple personalities, which is fantastic because of all the things that we have to do. I feel bad for the world though. Too many Jens is too much. All right, you guys, you got this title? Do 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 do. I should have done like some fancy Christmas behind me. Last year I wrapped my gnome in lights. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. All right. You guys ready for the answer? Voila! Here's the answer. Oh my goodness. I am a trauma therapist and I work with the refugee community and I talk a lot about emojis. I don't know if it translates though, as far as an actual word into other languages, but it does help me with feelings, right? Which one of these, and I use an emoji instead of actual people. Okay, so here we go. Number 4. Here's the title. What is it? What do you guys think it is? How many Christmas movies do you guys watch, right? I haven't watched any so far. Christmas past Jen hasn't watched any. So hopefully this week I have Wednesday off, which would be yesterday to you guys. And then I have today off. And then I have tomorrow off. Of course, it's Christmas. And then I have Friday or Saturday and Sunday off. So hopefully I can get some Christmas in there. All right, you guys ready? Here's the answer. How many of you got that right? This was a movie that I remember we went and saw during the Christmas season, but it had been out for a while. And when we went, my family was the only family in the theater. And so anytime we laughed, this movie is hysterical. Anytime we laughed, it would echo off the walls. Crazy. Okay, here's number 5. This is one of my least favorite Christmas movies. I know that one channel shows it 24/7 all through Christmas Day. I know there's many people out there who love it. I don't know. I think it's because I was bullied as a kid, so it just kind of brings back some memories. But yeah, do you guys guess what this is? Okay, we are halfway there. How you guys doing with your Christmas spirit? Woo-hoo! Getting it done. All right, here's number 6. Number 6. This is an interesting one, right? Got a couple extra emojis in there. You got to kind of use your thinking brain. Figure out what this movie is. I'm trying to think. You got a hat, a money bag, a Christmas tree, and some music. What's that mean? You didn't have to realize that you would have to think on Christmas, did you? Oh, I'm sitting here going, I don't think I even know this one unless I knew the answer. So good job if you guys know what it is. Are you guys ready for the answer? Here it is, the magic of television. All right, did you get it right? Yeah. Woo-hoo, for those who did. All right, here is number 7. Number 7. Okay, you guys got that? This one, you need to think concept. I was looking at it and it took me forever. I'm like a tree, an umbrella, umbrella tree, Mai Tai. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys got it? I don't know. Do you give up? The delay is real. I know. I know. Try moving your phone or your iPad or your laptop up in the air like you really don't care. Maybe it'll speed the delay up. Here is the answer. Did you get it right? I know, I'm moving really fast through these, so make sure you got your little typers on. All right, this one I got right away. You guys get it? I actually have never seen this movie. After you guys raise your hand if you've seen it. Da, 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 da. We're actually going to play another game in a few minutes called Have I Ever? Or Never Ever Have I Ever. That's going to be fun. All right, still guessing? Yeah. What does a pumpkin have to do with the Santa Claus? Well, you could have like pumpkin cookies. Oh, is that? It's pumpkin Christmas cookies. What if you made pumpkin cookies with glitter, like sprinkles on it? Would those be fall cookies? Would they be Christmas cookies? Okay, so here's the answer. Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes. Ah. Okay, this one should be easy. For those of you, well, I shouldn't say that, but I should. I'm going to give you an easy one. Second to the last one. Here you go. Ready? I'll give you a hint. Da 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 da. Is that cheating? I don't know. Yes, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. Yep, see my little antlers. Yep. All right, so here is the last one for Christmas. Are you ready? Here we go. Now this one was difficult for me because I had to think about the concept. It was not a direct emoji. So kind of think of all three of these and what's the first thing that comes to your mind as far as what movie this would be. And I'm really surprised that they don't have a emoji of this movie yet. It's like whenever you think of Christmas now, you think of this movie and it's been remade over and over again by different characters and different things like that. So you guys ready for the answer? Have you given up? You pulling your hair out? My luck, Jennifer Present has seen everybody have the answer within 2 seconds and we're just like chewing the fat here. Okay, so here we go. Here's the answer. Yes, you're right. So that is the emoji movie guessing game. If we have a little bit of time, we will work on some Christmas songs. Otherwise, I'll save that for maybe the new year. So I am going to go check on Jennifer Present and her food. I will be right back. I'll see you in a millisecond. And we are back. Don't worry, Christmas Present Jen is doing fine. She has not burnt herself yet. Family is still in great spirits. However, she's got a little bit of drool on the side of her face because the food is not quite ready yet. However, I'll let you know how it goes as we go along, okay? On that note, I want to talk about Christmas traditions, okay? Growing up, my mom wanted to make sure that we had Christmas traditions. She did not have anything growing up. Sometimes she didn't even know if they would have a meal on Christmas, but then somebody would deliver a basket to their front porch. And so as kiddos, she wanted to make sure that we had traditions that we could look back on. And one of the traditions she has, was making these homemade cinnamon rolls. They take like 5 hours to make. And I'm going to put a picture of ones I made this year here for you guys to see. She passed it down to me to make. And so what she does is she makes them before Christmas, and then on Christmas Day, after we open gifts, we then have coffee or hot chocolate. My dad makes the drink part, and then my mom heats up her cinnamon rolls and we pass them out and we get on a sugar high. Then we open our stockings, and then we want to pass out because we're on now a sugar crash, but we start making Christmas dinner and diving in. My mom passed down the recipe to me, and I remember the first time I tried to make it. We moved into the house we're in now, and my husband had invited his friend Remy over. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be this great wife. I'm going to make these cinnamon rolls, and his friend's going to love them, and he's going to love them. And I, like the first batch, I ruined because I didn't know how to use yeast. The second batch, I was almost in tears. They were almost hockey pucks. And my husband said, oh, well, I don't really like cinnamon rolls. They didn't eat them. I was up till 2, 3 in the morning working on these cinnamon rolls, and they did not eat them. So the next year, we went to my parents' house for Christmas every other year. He ate so many cinnamon rolls, I swear he would turn into a cinnamon roll. And I'm sitting there like, dang, man, you just told me last year you don't like cinnamon rolls. What you meant was you don't like my cinnamon rolls. But my mom helped me learn that year how to handle yeast, how to make them. And then the following year, I made cinnamon rolls, and he just scarfed them up. So now there's a tradition every year. Last year, I believe I made like 4 or 5 batches. We handed them out as gifts to neighbors and to my coworkers. And my husband took them in to his small group he goes to every Wednesday, and they ate them up. This year, I've only made 2 batches so far. Like I said, we took them to my daughter's friends. Because I have Wednesday off, that's when I'm going to make the fresh ones. So we'll have fresh cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning, and we'll be able to give some out to our neighbors. And I pretty much have the recipe down pat. It takes 5 hours for me to make 2 batches. I have 2 KitchenAid bowls. So I start the first batch, get it started on its first proofing, and while that's proofing, I start the second batch because it needs to proof a total of 3 times. So the first, if you don't know what proofing is, it's when you work with yeast and then you have to let it rise. And you have to make sure it's in a not too hot spot, not too cold spot. It's nice and toasty warm so it can just keep going. I think I just proof myself. I think that's why I'm not skinny mini, because I stay warm all the time. I'm proofing. So you make the dough and all of that, and then you let it proof once, mix in a whole bunch of flour, let it proof a second time, then you roll it out, do your cinnamon rolly things, cut them I use dental floss, put them in the pan and let them proof again, and then you bake them. So yeah, so it takes a total of about 5 hours to get it all said and done for 2 batches. And so anyway, I don't know, I was talking about food, right, and traditions. So that's a tradition that we have. My husband, or my brother-in-law, introduced us to, we call them tater bombs. So you take tater tots, you wrap it in bacon, dip it in brown sugar, and then bake them for like 45, 50 minutes. I usually have to do it almost an hour. And we stopped putting cheese on top like the recipe said because it's just too oily by the time the bacon grease and the cheese melts and etc. It kills the pan. But oh my gosh, a heart attack. Talk about dying and going to heaven. They are like candied covered potatoes. You know me and my potatoes. Yeah, so after he introduced that to us a couple years ago, that is my thing I make now, because I don't make it as much anymore, but I do make it at Christmas. It's great. So what kind of food do you guys love to have? You might not have it throughout the whole year, but around the holidays, you make sure that you have this food. It's just something that you can't live without. And maybe you can't have it this year because of what's going on. That's fine. But in a perfect world, like, what is just your ideal food that you would like to have? So we have cinnamon rolls, and we have the tater bombs, and I'm trying to think of another appetizer that we have. Sometimes we have like this homemade grandmother's meatballs with brown sugar and Worcestershire sauce. Sometimes we have like a cheese dip with chips. Potato skins are a good thing. How about those little pigs in a blanket, the little baby sausage links wrapped in the crescent rolls? That's a thing too. Yeah, so there's so many good things to pick from. So what is your thing that you would love? If you were to come to my house tonight and bring your favorite appetizer, hors d'oeuvre, or treat, what would you bring? My dad makes amazing brownies, cream cheese brownies. He does those. I haven't had those in a while. Maybe I'll ask him to make them for me this year. So yes, let me know what your favorite treat is. I would love to maybe find the recipe and ask you and figure it out how to make it and add another dish to our tradition. So I'm going to go check on Jen real quick. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, I am back. I know it was only a millisecond for you, but present Jen knocked me past Jen out of the kitchen. I kept trying to eat what she was making. So I decided, instead of going back to the craft area, that I would sit in front of the tree, and you can see our lovely hanging stockings, and we have a fireplace, but we don't have fire in it. When we first moved into this house, it was owned by somebody who had a toddler, and so it is a working wood fireplace, but they painted it white and kind of closed it up, and we've been here like 16 years and we haven't tried it, because then we had a toddler and we have a dog, and that's just how it's been. So I promised you guys another game. I want to spread some Christmas cheer, and I don't know if you guys have ever played Never Have I Ever. Basically, it's a game where you ask questions and you say, never have I ever, and if you have not done what the phrase is, you raise your hand. Now, I can't see you. This is not like a Zoom party, so I know you guys are going to sit there. If you raise your hand, I can't see you. So what we're going to do is we're going to tweak it a little bit, because present Jen, is probably in chat watching and typing away and loving on you guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say never have I ever, and then the phrase, and if you have never, like you would raise your hand, you would say never. Like you type never in the chat. If you have, so we can see you, right? You're going to say I have, or yes, or something to that extent, all right? So if you put the word never in, we're going to know you're raising your hand, you've never done it. And if you say I have, then we know that you have done it, all right? So question number 1 is, never have I ever been kissed under the mistletoe. And I have not been kissed under the mistletoe. In fact, I didn't even know what a real mistletoe looked like till a couple years ago. I knew like from Hallmark movies and different things like that. So make sure in chat you're putting like never or yes I have. But yeah, so I have not been kissed under the mistletoe. And I don't know. I need to look up why that is, what the story behind the mistletoe is. I'm sure I've heard of it in a Hallmark movie, but it hasn't registered. All right, question number 2. I'm looking down here at the questions. Never have I ever baked gingerbread cookies. Now you can do like gingerbread house or cookies, something in the gingerbread family. I personally have not baked gingerbread cookies, but I have gone to someone's house when we did a cookie bake and like watched them make it. My sister-in-law makes gingerbread cookies and things like that, but I have not. It's been a tradition for the gingerbread houses that we buy the little like $10 ones or $5 ones from Michael's or from the grocery store. And then my mother-in-law, my husband's mom, watches the grandkids put it together. Now that the kids are old enough to do it themselves, we give them the kits. We used to like help them make it, but we give them the kits. They each have a kit. We go into the other room, we talk, laugh, whatever, and then when we come back, it's very interesting to see all the different perspectives of the gingerbread house and where they put the candies. My daughter wanted to make it exactly like the picture. That's probably what I would have done when I first started, but now she's more creative, is stepping outside the box. The first time she does anything, which is similar to me, I feel like we have to do it exact. All right. Never have I gone Christmas caroling. So if you've never gone Christmas caroling, put never in chat. If you have gone Christmas caroling, put I have in chat. And I actually have gone Christmas caroling back in the day in junior high and high school. In our youth group, we would get into two 15-passenger vans because there were several of us, and we would go around to different people's homes in the church and we would sing Christmas carols, 2 or 3 at each house. I absolutely loved it. And then afterwards, the last house we visited, we would have like apple cider and donuts, or we would have Christmas cookies and hot cocoa. So I did do Christmas caroling for several years. This year, because of COVID, I made those, my homemade cinnamon rolls and put them in smaller tins when I was letting them rise and bake. And then my daughter has like, they're like a posse. She has 3 really good friends, the 4 of them together. And so my husband and I took her one Monday night to each one of their houses and delivered the cinnamon rolls. And then I was like, hey, let's sing. And my daughter just rolled her eyes and I was left singing a solo. Oh my goodness. And she told me when we got to the car, they were Jewish and I was singing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. That was embarrassing. And I knew they were Jewish. I just didn't put it in my head when I was delivering the cinnamon rolls. Anyway, that's my story. Never have I ever worn an ugly Christmas sweater. I've never worn an ugly Christmas sweater, but I'm telling you, my grandmother knows how to pick them. I was telling my daughter one of the craziest Christmas gifts I got within my family, not white elephant, but a legit Christmas gift. My grandmother had bought me this dark purple sweatshirt with a huge pink glitter heart made out of like glitter roses. And oh my goodness, I think I was 13 or 14. I never wore that. But that was pre-ugly Christmas sweater, and I know that would have been like ugly spring sweatshirt. I don't know. Never have I ever built a snowman. So yes, I have built multiple snowmen. I am from Ohio in the United States, and now I live in Michigan. And yes, when we get snow, which is every year, we make snowmen. I do remember we would make a lot of snow forts. Snowmen kind of bored me after a certain age. And so my sister and I would scoop up all the snow from our backyard and we would like make a fort in the middle of the backyard. And because we used all the snow to make this like 4-foot fort that was like 10 feet wide by maybe 5 feet wide, the grass was all green because we would take shovels and rakes and literally get every piece of snow we could to make this fort. Yeah, it was funny. And then the fort would be there forever because as it melted, it became hard like ice. Never have I ever sipped on eggnog. I have had one sip of eggnog and no thank you. My mom swears by it. My mother-in-law gets it all the time. She always asks my husband if she should bring a quart of it or a half gallon to the Christmas celebration. And my husband's like, sure, but you're taking it home with you because we don't drink it here if it doesn't get all drunk the day of. So no, I would be raising my hand. I mean, I've had a sip, but like I haven't sipped on it and finished one. Never have I ever participated in a snowball fight. Yes, I have. However, at school, we weren't allowed to have snowball fights. And so most of the snowball fights we did was between my sister and I, or later in the day, my husband and I, from time to time, when we'd come home, because he would snow blow, there'd be like chunks of snow on the pathway in, and we will grab them, and like when he's unlocking the door, I'll like throw a snowball at him, you know, that kind of thing. Ooh, never have I ever watched The Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is me, never. I have not watched it. I've seen bits and pieces of it, maybe 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, but I have never watched it all the way through. Growing up, it was something my parents didn't want us to watch. It came out when I was pretty young and impressionable, and what I mean by impressionable is like I would have bad dreams over Scooby-Doo, which was a cartoon with ghosts, and so my parents thought, you know, we're not going to try this movie because we don't want her to have nightmares, aka The Nightmare Before Christmas. So no, I have not seen The Nightmare Before Christmas. Never have I ever sipped on hot cocoa. Oh my goodness. If you say never, I'm so sorry. I need to send you some cocoa because cocoa is so good. I want to ask you though, do you like the cocoa that you use milk with, or do you like the cocoa that you use water with? I grew up on what's called Nestle's Quick, which was a cocoa powder that you add to milk. And then I hit college, and that's when I always thought the cool kids got the Swiss Miss, which is the cocoa the powder that goes with hot water, and then you put marshmallows in it. And so when I got to college, I was like, I can have this. So I can go both ways. My daughter and I tomorrow, which we'll be doing, Jen present, is probably doing this after the premiere, is going to make those cocoa bombs. We're going to try and make them if we don't get to them tomorrow, aka today, because I'll also be making cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning. We might do it this weekend, and we got all the stuff for it. I'm super excited to try those out. Just talking about this, never have I ever built a gingerbread house. I have not built one. I bought one that was already constructed. I do like to watch the baking shows though, where they have to build the gingerbread homes. And I didn't realize you could actually eat the gingerbread cookie, because we had always bought the small little gingerbread houses where the cookie itself, although probably edible, is not intended to be eaten and tastes like cardboard. So, never have I ever watched Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, Mickey Mouse. I don't know. I watched a lot of Mickey Mouse growing up, so I honestly can't say if I have or haven't watched it. I know I haven't in the last, 20 years, but I do know I watched a lot of the Disney growing up. I used to love Scrooge's The Christmas Carol that would have, not Daffy Duck, but it had the duck in it. That would be Ebenezer Scrooge, but I know that's not Mickey's Christmas. Never have I ever made a snow angel. I have. I've made snow angels. I love falling back in the snow, and what a snow angel is, if you haven't, is you basically stand in a spot and you technically just like fall back, and then you wave your arms in the snow, and then when you get up and you do your feet back and forth, and when you get up it looks like an angel because your feet create the gown, and then your arms create the wings. Sometimes I'd make it a game though, because when you get up, like you have this butt print that goes pretty deep. So I was always trying to figure out how to get that butt print out. Yeah, so never have I ever left cookies out for Santa. So yes, we do this all the time. So I have left cookies out for Santa. One year we left like brownies out. One year we left, most of the time it's cookies. I think one year we left a cinnamon roll out. I heard from Santa this year that his favorite cookie is Oreos, but we don't have any. So we might leave a little bit of Chex Mix with the cookie and see how he likes it. We always leave a little bit, the baby carrots or big mama carrots for the reindeer as well, and a glass of milk. All right. Never have I ever bought a gift for a significant other. Well, I'm married and I have bought a gift for a significant other. Let me think. So that one's pretty easy for me. I like giving gifts all the time. So even crushes at school, I'd give gifts to like all my friends. So it would hide the fact that I was giving a gift to the person I really wanted to give the gift to. All right, let's see. Oh, this makes me think of Miss Rebecca. Never have I ever attended a winter festival. And on the screen, there's like a little picture of the small, quaint town and a festival. I have attended a winter festival. There's a place called Kings Island, and they have like this whole winter festival thing. My dad would take us there. I think a couple times we went growing up. There's also, I'm trying to think, like a couple other random things that we've been to that would be considered winter festival. All right, so last one. Never have I ever taken a picture with a mall Santa. Okay, so I have. There's pictures of myself and my sister when it was a huge deal, like huge. There was a whole Santa village, and you would go in, and there would be the elves, and there'd be reindeer, and it was just huge in the 80s. We'd go in, we'd get a picture, the Polaroid picture back in the day, and there's times when I was crying, there's times when my sister was crying, but I will say my daughter has never had a picture with Mall Santa, unless somebody snuck her away and took one that I don't know about, but we never did the Mall Santa growing up, for her growing up. Number one, we were always running around out of town and different things like that around the time Santa was there. Yeah, I don't know. We just didn't stand in line and get a picture with Santa. So yes for me, no for me as a parent with my daughter. All right, so I hope you enjoyed just that little getting to know you never have I ever with the group. It has just been so much fun. And we're running out of time. There's so many great creators that are on here that we're going to have to finish up an emoji game later, or maybe next year I'll keep it, the rest of the emoji game, because I had some more of those for us to do, but we will wait for another day for those. I wanted to finish up and just let you know how much I love all of you. And this premiere, thank you so much, Pippa, for doing this, because it's a way for us to connect and feel loved and feel part of a family. And that's what my channel is all about. I want to bring unity to the crafting community, and there's so many people who want to do the same, and I am just so grateful. This year has been a difficult year. I've had more difficult years than this year. There have been many blessings this year for our family, but it's also been a difficult year. And I am very thankful to see the light at the end of the tunnel for me, as far as, you know, this depressive swing that I've been on, and you guys have been instrumental in helping me and staying by me. And I'm really excited to see what 2021 has for all of us in the crafting community. So I'm going to close up here before I start crying. I'm going to go check on present Jennifer and make sure she's not stuck in the oven. And I'm going to give you guys some time to go to the bathroom and to get yourself a Christmas treat or a holiday treat and get ready for the next creator. So I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. My information's down below. If you want to reach out, please, if you like this video and you want more of them and you want to check out being part of the DP Addiction family, please subscribe down below, give a thumbs up. Also, my Facebook page is Creative Craft Addictions, and craft is with a K. The information's down below. We would love to have you and see what craft you're working on. It's for all crafts. So until next time, be blessed. Take care. I love you all. Bye-bye.